What's up, Darius? Let's see if this works.
Yo, bro, what's good?
Hey, Darius, how you doing, man?
I'm good. How are you, bro? How was your day?
Good, I'm doing well. I actually did some last-minute Christmas shopping tonight, so got that all out of the way.
Oh,
How
that
about
sounds
you?
good. My day was actually good. I worked today, actually. I was at the gym all day. So it was pretty good. More
Good.
about the day for me. Yeah.
How was your workout?
It was actually good. I did some legs today. Did
Yeah?
you work out today? Yeah. Did
Okay.
you yeah, did you work out today or no?
No. I actually only do 3 days a week right now.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. I do six, so it's like double almost.
I knew you were
Yeah.
gonna say that. I could tell by your
Yeah.
Instagram that you're a go hard for sure.
Yeah.
So, what are your workouts like if you're going 6 days a week? Do you split it up by muscle group?
So usually I like to do push pull legs. For me, I think that works the best rather than like a bro split. Because I like to hit each muscle group twice a week. So I usually go with push pull legs. But recently, as of last week, I actually changed it up a bit, where instead of doing push pull legs, I was doing chest and back on one day. The next day was arms and shoulders, and then legs, and then repeat basically. So just a little way to just make it a little more interesting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've done chest and back workouts before, but those take me like upwards of 2 hours. So
Yeah. Oh,
sometimes I won't do those at the same time anymore.
yeah, yeah. Well, the good thing with actually doing 6 days a week is that you could actually shorten the workout. So I usually do like maybe like three movements per body part.
Mhm.
And it's more than enough for me, to be honest.
Cool.
Yeah.
So I wanted to go live with you tonight to talk some fitness, talk some health and wellness, kind of go over some basics here so that a lot of our viewers could benefit from this and kind of learn more about us. So tell everyone on here on my end kind of what you do, how you got started in to fitness and how it's been going for you.
All right. So basically, I got started into fitness. I think it was around 2016. My uncle actually started a gym back then, um, and he actually got me started with working out and stuff because he would always ask me to come to the gym. And well, now he actually passed away, so now I'm in like my family and myself. We are in charge of the gym, so we got two outlets. So business is pretty good. So basically, what I do, I'm a fitness coach. I do in-person and online training. Also, I manage the business, which is our gym. Um, yeah, that's basically it. Also, I actually have a YouTube channel, which I actually am not as consistent with right now, but I will be
Same.
from January most likely. Yeah, so I'm just trying to like actually get content and everything going. So right now I'm actually working on my Instagram, TikTok, those sort of stuff. Yeah, and then maybe hopefully from January we can start back on YouTube. So how about you? What do you do?
Awesome. I could probably learn a lot from you then as far as doing the social media stuff because right now mine is also slacking for sure
Yeah.
as far as the YouTube goes. But on Instagram, I post just about every day. I got started into fitness a long time ago, actually, like probably 10 years ago is when I started to learn that this was something that I really enjoyed.
Hmm.
I just like to be the best version of myself, and I like to be able to look in the mirror and like the way that I look, basically. Nothing
Right.
was worse than when, for example, I was in high school or in college when I would be like way too busy and quit working out. Nothing was worse than like looking at myself in the mirror and like having that shrunken in chest and like no shoulders, kind of looking like a pear.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
and I hated that about myself. And I always knew that like I was embarrassed to take my shirt off in public or like, oh, I feel like my arms are small or whatever the case may be. Um, and so I knew that I wanted to be really into health and wellness. And I actually got a degree from West Virginia University for phys ed and health education. Um,
Oh, that's pretty cool.
yeah. And I taught
Yeah.
health in phys ed for like 6 years, actually, which was a great experience. I really did enjoy my time
Yeah.
doing that, but I'm not teaching anymore. But I loved lifting. And when I was first getting started, it was something where I was going to the gym 6, sometimes 7 days a week, every week. And I was doing like the standard bro split. You know what I mean? I was doing
Yeah.
like arms day. I was doing shoulders day, chest day, back day, legs day, repeat. Um, and for me, like I would burn out because I was going for upwards of an hour to 90 minutes every single day. I hardly ever had rest days. And if I skipped more than like 2 or 3 workouts, then I would like be able to notice a significant, amount of size that I would lose in my muscles. And I was like, this is really not good. I can't maintain this for my life.
Right.
Because anytime I would go through any type of stressful situation or be overloaded with class at school, I would quit working out. And then I would lose all my gains. And it's like, oh, I can't do this forever. So it was just this constant battle of highs and lows in my fitness life. And
So is this why you actually started working out 3 times per week?
yes, so that's
Yeah.
when I learned that there has to be a better way. So I started going 3 times a week, and I would do full body workouts. Um, Not necessarily every single workout. I'll do every single muscle group. Like for example, I'll have a workout A where I'll work out like mostly shoulders, chest,
Yeah.
arms, and then I'll have a workout B where I'll work out mostly like back, biceps, legs, etc.
Yeah.
So that has been a much better way for me to, how do I say this, to make fitness work for me as opposed to me working for fitness. So,
Right.
and because I'm only going 3 days a week now and I'm fasting promotes muscle retention. So I've actually been able to go to the gym less while still looking my best and still being able to gain muscle every single workout. Like I'll be able to hit PRs almost every single workout, um, which is great, you know? And so that's why I did get started in like making fitness content and stuff, because I'm like, there has to be so many people out there that were like me, that
Yeah.
were either way up on the spectrum, like a slave to their fitness, going all the time. They didn't have free time. And then when something stressful happened, they quit. Or they're on the down end of the spectrum where they're not going at all because they just don't feel like they have time. So I'm like, okay, I can definitely help these people.
Oh, okay, okay. That sounds good, actually. I could actually relate with you about being the scrawny kid back in school days because back then I was super insecure about myself, to be honest. Like I don't know if you saw my pictures, my before and after pictures on
I
my
did, yeah.
Instagram.
That's the one that I
Yeah,
messaged you off of. I was like, this guy reminds me of me.
yeah, yeah. So I mean we can totally relate on that for sure. But that was like that was the worst, bro. Like it wasn't even fun because like every day you won't feel good like in your own body because your clothes would fit loose, it won't be fitted. When you actually look at yourself, it's like, oh, it's not like, let's say, it's not something you want to see. And like all the other kids will be like picking on you, like you're a little scrawny kid,
Right,
or
yeah.
making jokes. You wouldn't even get girls. Like girls wouldn't even speak to you because you're not even you. Like I wasn't good looking, so like like I struggled with girls a lot back then. It was super tough, bro. So that was actually one of the reasons why I started like working out as well, because I wanted to see some sort of change in my body. And I was like, to me, like working out is what actually made me see that change and build my confidence. So what I try to do with like clients is that I try to help clients build their confidence through fitness, because most of the times either like a client is either overweight and they're not comfortable with it, or either they're just really small and they struggle to put on weight. And so yeah, my main goal is to actually help my clients build confidence and a stronger mindset through training. So that's like my main goal basically.
That's awesome, dude. I can really respect that for sure. And it's funny you mention about impressing girls and also the confidence factor, because back when, like I said, I wasn't exercising or lifting, and I did feel like not my best self. I remember thinking like, oh, girls won't want to talk to me, like girls won't find me attractive. And
Yeah,
it wasn't the fact that I wasn't attractive that made girls not want to talk to me. It's the fact that I felt that way about myself. And that showed in the way that I carried myself. You know what I mean? Because
yeah,
I had that low amount of confidence at the time. It wasn't that I was ugly or anything, it's the
yeah.
fact that I wasn't confident in myself. And so having a body that I can be proud of, that's not what necessarily makes girls attracted to you. It's the way that you carry yourself and your confidence, like you were saying.
Yeah, for
And
sure,
that
for sure.
comes through having an aesthetic body that you can be proud of.
Exactly, because it builds your mindset to where you're not afraid to do certain things. And once you're confident and like people feel that, like girls, for example, feel that energy when you approach them,
Mm-hmm.
that, you know, it's a different reaction you would get from them rather than if, you know, you're unsure and you're kind of holding back because of the lack of confidence, basically, if that makes sense.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
100%. It absolutely does. Yeah.
yeah,
And that's something that, women are attracted to. Women are attracted to confidence. Of course, women are attracted to looks too, just like we are, with, that going the other way around too. But, if you approach a woman,
mm-hmm.
and ask her out, and you do it in a way that's confident and shows that you're not like scared to do that, they're going to be way more inclined to say yes and be like, oh wow, this guy knows what he wants and he's going to go after it, as opposed
Exactly.
to standing there twiddling your thumbs. You got to like build up the courage to go ask her out for 10 minutes. You got to get your friends to stand behind you or whatever. Like,
Yeah,
that's
for sure.
unattractive. It really, it makes you look like a wuss.
Exactly. Yeah, sure. I totally agree with that. And I mean, it is what it is, like, but like you see, basically your mindset is like so powerful, and a lot of people don't like realize that how like the type of the impression I give people, whether like like compared to if you're like a super confident person or not, basically, you know.
Yeah. And I'm glad that you brought up mindset, because I wanted to ask you, because this is something that we're very different about. What do
Mm-hmm.
you do with your mindset? Like, how do you set up your day to day, so that you can continue to stay lifting 6 days a week, every single week, without hitting a plateau and without quitting or um, getting to a point where you feel overwhelmed?
Okay, so basically, so let's be real. We are all human, right? So there are going to be days where we are not going to feel like you're not going to be motivated every single day. There will be some days you're going to wake up and you won't feel as motivated, but you still have to get up and get shit done, right? So
Of course.
whether like you like especially if it's just going through the motions, but you still do it. You make sure you get it done. So for me, I wake up at 4:30 every morning. So I wake up 4:30. I usually like have a cup of tea. Then I get ready to go train. I shower, get ready to go train clients at 5 a.m. So I go to the gym at 5 a.m. I start training in-person clients. Um, when I'm done with that, then I come back home and I basically have breakfast. Then I start preparing, like making notes of what I'm going to do today. Like what do I have to get done?
Okay.
So for me, how my time is so that I train clients in the morning. Then throughout the
Mhm.
middle of the day, I'm free to where I can focus on myself, get my workouts in, do what I need to do, work with online clients, whether it's like do diets, whatever the case may be. And then in the evening, I deal with clients again from like around 4 p.m. To 9 p.m. basically.
Mhm.
So I think number one, to be motivated every day, you need to have a morning routine. Like I encourage everybody to have a morning routine basically because
Of
it
course.
sets the pace for the yes, like sets the pace for the entire day, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So once you have a positive start to your day, the rest of the day is going to be positive because you already created that mindset to start your day off basically.
Yeah.
Make sense?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Morning routine is something that's very important to me too. And I think a lot of people overcomplicate it. I
Yeah.
think some people hear morning routine and they think, oh, I have to get up and work out for an hour. I have to set up all these things. I have to take notes. I have to journal. I have to get ready for work. My morning routine takes me about 2 minutes,
Yeah.
because I do work out at the end of the day. Although I
Right.
do like to work out in the mornings on the week on the in the summer times.
Yeah.
Um, on during the winter months and even in the fall and the spring, I like to work out at the end of my workday so I can get out all of that work stress. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
So my morning routine, I literally wake up. I wake up at 8. I do some simple stretches. I do some glute stretches, back stretches, and ab stretches for 90 seconds. 90 seconds of those stretches just to get out all the kinks from me sleeping. Then I do a gratitude list. I say things that I'm grateful for to myself. I like to say them in the mirror, but if I'm in a hurry, I won't say them in the mirror. I'll say them while I'm like sitting on the toilet or literally anything, just to like hurry my day up if I'm in a hurry.
Yeah.
I'll drink some water, and then I'm trying to think. I do breathing exercises too, but I usually wait until about lunchtime for those. So my morning routine takes me about 2 minutes.
Okay. So when you say breathing exercises, right? Do you like meditate and stuff, or is it just like just focus on breathing?
So my breathing exercises are pretty extreme, and I recommend that everyone does these. They take me 15 minutes, and I like to do this at lunchtime so that I don't have to force myself to wake up any earlier to do this, so I can get my full 8 or 9 hours of sleep every night. So I'll do my breathing exercises while I'm fasted right before I eat lunch.
Yeah.
So what I start off with first is what I like to call breathing gym exercises. And I actually learned these from a college professor when I was in the West Virginia University marching band. And they are Vo2 Max exercises where you are really pushing your lungs to their extremes. So I'll do 3 or 4 different breathing exercises where I'm actually, it's like similar to Wim Hof breathing, where I'll be doing full inhales and full exhales, like
right, yeah.
Or sometimes I'll do like in, sip, sip, out, push, push, like so that I'm getting in as much air as I can, 2 sips to top it off, and then out with 2 pushes just to make sure. Another one I like to do is the bow and arrow exercise, where I hold out my fist, grab the make pretend arrow, breathe it in all the way.
Yeah.
And then sizzle all the air out.
Okay.
So I do those breathing exercises. I do call them exercises because they're less of just like mindful breathing and more of actual like VO2 max, getting in all the air and exhaling all the air.
Mm-hmm.
And dude, to be honest, like this is so good for cell oxidation and for getting oxygen to your brain. Like I do these every single day for a reason. It's genuinely so healthy for you. And people think that breathing exercises are very like pish posh, like new age woo woo. But these are things where once I've incorporated these into my life, like it's genuinely changed my day-to-day life. Like it makes me feel so much better. So after I'm done with those, I do those for 5 minutes. Then I do 5 minutes of meditation where I just breathe in for 7 counts, hold for 7 counts, out for 7 counts. And I set a timer for 5 minutes while I do that. You can do 10 minutes. I used to do 10 minutes, but right now I'm sticking to 5.
But would you say that these breathing exercises also help you at the gym with working out? Like, let's say for like lifting heavy as well, because like I believe like once you can control your breathing, you can you can actually push more weight, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. And another thing, a lot of people that are chronically stressed, like very stressed out all the time, and I know because I used to get like this too, you try to take a deep breath and you like can't get all the way of a deep breath. You know what I mean? Have you ever had that happen to you before?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, and that's a very uncomfortable feeling. And I never get like that anymore. Because my body is so in tune with just intuitive breathing in general. So I'll do that 5 minutes of meditation as well, close my eyes. Sometimes I'll put on a healing frequency YouTube video for 5 minutes so that I know when the timer goes off. And that's something that I genuinely believe helps your meditation as well.
Yeah.
And then after that, I'll do 1 or 2 sets of static breath holds where I'll just hold my breath for as long as I can, typically for around 2 or 3 minutes. And then after that, just getting in some nice intuitive breathing after that breath hold, because there's no time when you're going to breathe more intuitively than after you've just hold your breath for as long as you possibly can. You know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah.
You're going to breathe so naturally after that.
Yeah.
Because your body and brain knows like that you just held your breath as long as you possibly could have. So that's when you're going to breathe the way that your body is meant to breathe, and the air is going to circulate through your system, and like I said, as far as cell oxidation goes,
Yeah.
this is the way that your body is meant to use oxygen. So, but because humans in general nowadays, like we spend so much time sitting and not enough time exercising, we just breathe like subconsciously, which will be like small, tiny little breaths when we're like hunched over or in bad posture. So we won't be able to get that full breath.
Yeah.
That it is important that we do stuff like this. So I'm a big advocate for that.
I think that's something that I don't do, and maybe I should start doing. So I think that is something I'll give a try. I'll give it a try. So I probably like incorporate some sort of meditation where I could actually start practicing breathing or controlling my breathing. So I think that a lot of persons that actually work out should actually start doing this because it would be beneficial.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. And my approach to fitness is just making it as easy as possible. So I understand that doing breathing exercises for 15 minutes a day every single day is not
Yeah,
something that a lot of people want to do. But you can work it in very easily. Like if you
yeah,
just
yeah,
want
for
to
sure.
start with 5 minutes of breathing meditation, or just start with 2 minutes of static breath holds, or just start with 4 minutes of breathing gym exercises, like I was talking about at the beginning. And then you can work the other ones in as you see fit.
Yeah, exactly. Like you don't need to start off like doing like entire 10 minutes or 5 minutes. Like the like just the little amount of like even if you just do like a minute, like it's gonna add up, and you will eventually start making more time and start maybe if you do 1 minute, then next day you might probably do 2 minutes, and you go from there basically. So it's gonna add up eventually. So it's not to say that you need to go all in at first, but once you get started, from there you will improve.
Oh yeah. Yeah. And even especially when it comes to breathing exercises, the smallest things that you do every day will make a
Yeah,
huge difference. Whereas like if you go to the gym and just do one set of bicep curls and that's all you do, you're not really going to see too much gains.
no,
But
for sure.
like with breathing exercises, if you just do like 1 minute of breathing, 1 or 2, 3 minutes of breathing exercises every day, you'll
Yeah.
start to see a difference in like a couple weeks.
Yeah, for sure. Like even like for like let's I'm going a bit off topic. So like even like with dieting, so like sometimes what I usually tell people who aren't accustomed to like meal prep, etc. Um, I usually tell them start off with one meal, one healthy meal per day. Start off like incorporating one meal, and like just keep going, and from there eventually your entire diet is going to change basically from just incorporating one meal, one healthy meal.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people they don't want to actually eat 5 healthy meals per day. They want to like just eat whatever they feel to eat. But like once they
Absolutely.
actually start having like one meal like one healthy meal into their diet every day, then maybe the following week they might start doing 2 or 3, and then it turns into a lifestyle basically. Make
Yeah.
sense? Yeah,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I'm a big advocate for meal prepping. Are you?
yeah, yeah, for sure. But for me, I hate prepping meals like from before. I like my meals fresh, so I try to cook them fresh every day, like as I'm about to eat it, because I prefer fresh meals over like reheating and stuff.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah. So also back to like the morning routine. I know we passed that already, but another thing I like doing is like starting off the like so when I wake up, I don't go on my phone. I don't check my phone like at all. But in the first hour of waking up, so what I usually do as well is like I like to turn on like maybe like a podcast or or like a motivational video, and just like listen
Hmm.
to it for like at least 5 to 10 minutes. Just to like help with that positive mindset at the beginning of the day as well. So that also helps. That's something that like individuals can use to actually have a good start of the day.
I like that a lot.
Yeah,
I really enjoy doing the gratitude lists because that's when I feel like it is the most um, like geared towards me. Like I
yeah,
do enjoy the motivational YouTube videos and stuff like that, but for me, that stuff like wears off
yeah.
after like a couple minutes or a couple
But
hours. Like I don't feel that same motivation anymore. Whereas when I'm doing a gratitude list, like I feel that gratitude all day because that's something that is specifically like things that I'm grateful for, things that are
Okay.
that I'm grateful for about my life specifically. You see what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Do you have you ever done a vision board?
A vision board.
Yeah, vision board. Yeah.
What do you mean by vision board? Like, what are some things
Like
that yours looks like?
okay, like let's say basically where you it could be like on like your phone or a laptop or physical if you want like an actual like board, and it's where you like actually just take posters like pictures basically of stuff that you want to eventually achieve in life, stuff you want basically. It could be anything. It could be whether it's like sports cars or like a big house or money or just like if it's like cool certain quotes that you like, and you just add all of those together, and every day you look at that board, and it basically sets your mind up to where these are the stuff that I want to achieve in life eventually, and I'm going to work towards getting those stuff. you know
Oh yeah.
yeah,
That is a really good idea. I never considered doing something like that, but
yeah,
I think that that's something that I'm definitely going to start to incorporate now. You kind of open my eyes to that because I do have these very lofty goals because right now I am in a sales job. I just started a new career in sales,
oh, okay,
and it's something where I'm learning a lot about like things that can help me with selling myself, things that can help me with starting a new career,
yeah,
things that basically make me more marketable. And in a couple years, if I want a new job, instead of me applying for places, like me applying for jobs and being like, please hire me, it's going to be employers reaching out to me like, please
oh,
work
okay,
for us. You see
yes,
what I mean? So that's something that I've never like had that happen to me before, especially like I said when I was teaching, because this is not how the education field is.
yeah,
So this is something where now I have the ability to do all these things in my life that I never thought that I would have the ability to. So a vision board is something that I could definitely benefit from by putting on those things like, and I was even talking to one of my friends that's a counselor just the other day, and
yeah,
she was saying, do a 1 year plan, a 5 year plan, and a 10 year plan.
hmm
Um, and next time we talk, you can share that with me. And I was like, wow, I never thought about doing that before.
yeah, yeah. That's actually a good idea. Another thing that you could actually try too as well is that, okay, so you could just a regular notebook or a copybook or even like a PDF or something, and make a list of everything that you want basically, and basically be like go into detail whatever it is. So like let's say it's a Ferrari, a black Ferrari. What to specify a color, um, what model, etc. It could be anything. And usually, what I do is like every single day I read through the entire list of stuff that I want to eventually accomplish, and at the end of the year, I start scratching off what I've accomplished for this year.
Mm-hmm.
And I just keep adding on to the list, and like it could be the craziest thing ever. Like no matter what it is, like you just add it, you read it every day, so that you actually instill it into your mind that these are stuff that you want to accomplish as well. So this actually goes like hand in hand with the vision board as well, I'd say.
Yeah. So I
Yeah,
guess I do have like a small example of a vision board up on my wall right now. And you
yeah,
can see it right here. And this is something that I look at every day when I'm at work. So my goals for the day every day is to have fun and get better. And
right.
then I have some little notes here that are something that I keep in mind each and every day. I tell myself that God is on my side. I tell myself no one works harder than me. And I tell myself you have not because you ask not. So it just helps me to make sure that I stay level and that
Yeah.
I stay on my game.
I was actually going to bring up that quote because I was going to actually ask you if like you were religious or anything, because that scripture from the Bible, you have not because you ask not, that is a powerful scripture. You know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, for sure. And Jesus said a really powerful verse. I think it's in John, where he said, if you say to this mountain, be thou removed hence, and you believe it, it will move. So manifestation is something that is real.
Manifest. Yes.
God
Exactly.
created the physical realm that we're in, obviously, but he also created this very, very real spiritual realm that we can tap into at any time. But because we're so locked into technology and our phones and our day-to-day lives, people don't tap into this spiritual realm that we have and this manifestation power that all humans have.
Yeah.
And so it's something that it genuinely does work, and people are finally starting to get hip to it now, which is really exciting.
Yeah, exactly. And another quote, as another scripture, sorry, as well, is "He who reads it shall run to it," which is another quote that I like, a scripture, sorry, and that's why we actually do like write down everything that we like that I want or I want to achieve or accomplish, and then you actually read it down. You like actually read everything every day because of that scripture.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, and that's scripture in general, and the Bible is what got me into fasting in general. And I told you that at the beginning of the video that I do fasting as a lifestyle diet.
Okay.
And I started doing that because I actually started reading the Bible cover to cover from Genesis to Revelation back in 2017, and I finished in 2018 or 2019. And I remember thinking, why in the world would God have people commanded to fast? Why would he tell his armies to fast before battle? Why would Jesus and Moses fast for extended periods of time, and then after their fasts do these absolutely mind-blowing things in scripture? And so I did, I wanted to start incorporating this into my life, and now it's crazy because fasting is now something that a lot of people are doing, like intermittently, intermittent fasting, right?
Oh, yeah.
But I kind of take that a little bit farther, because while I will agree that intermittent fasting is great, and that is how I got started into fasting,
Yeah.
I now practice more of, I guess you could call it, prolonged fasting. So, most of the time, not right now as much. Right now, I am kind of doing more of intermittent fasting just so that I can gain more muscle mass.
Yeah.
But most of the time, I'll do these prolonged fasts where I'll do like 23-hour fasts. And I'll eat one meal a day, one massive meal a day, and fast for the other 23 hours of the day. And I can do that for weeks. And then, if I do put my body into a place where I'm in a catabolic state, or I crash my metabolism, then, it's pretty easy to tell when you do that, because you'll stop gaining muscle and stop losing fat.
Yeah.
And then all you have to do to fix that is just eat a caloric maintenance for a couple weeks, or throw a couple of caloric surplus days in there a week, and let your metabolism kind of reset itself.
Right.
So I love doing that. Even occasionally, like a couple days a month, I'll do like maybe a 24, or not a 24, a 48-hour fast. A year ago, I did a 72-hour dry fast where I neither drank nor ate for 3 days. And after that, like my skin was growing, my hair was stronger. I felt like I was very mentally and emotionally sharp. So these are things where like all of this is laid out in scripture, but because the food industry and the pharmaceutical industry can't sell you fasting, you don't really hear about it that much,
For sure. Because I mean, they won't make money if you don't buy their food, basically,
Exactly.
Money. Yeah. So yeah, I get what you're saying. So since you started like fasting and stuff, have you found it to be, very like beneficial to you? Is it like more beneficial than actually just sticking to like a regular diet?
Yeah. So this is, I wouldn't even call it a diet. This is the lifestyle, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And because of the way that it's laid out in scripture, this
Yeah.
is the way that humans are meant to eat. And when you think about ancient humans, for example, our ancestors, they weren't eating 3, 4, 5 meals a day. It's just not possible. And so, I mean, how do we think they ate? What they would do is they would go out and hunt for their meals. They'd go out and kill like a woolly mammoth or a dinosaur, something
Yeah.
huge. They would have these huge meals where they would feast. and then they would fast for an extended period of time again until they could hunt down their next meal. And when you see
Right.
drawings of ancient humans, what did they look like? They look, obviously these are just drawings, but they're historically accurate because they're extremely lean. They're very well built. They have nice shoulders, and that's because they're doing extreme physical activity when they're fasted to hunt for their meals, and then they're binge eating. I mean, I'm saying binge eating, but you know what I mean. They're eating huge
Yeah,
meals,
for sure.
because they can't store it. They don't have refrigerators. They sure as hell weren't waking up in the morning and eating Lucky Charms. So
For sure. For sure.
fasting is the way that human beings were meant to eat. Now, you can stay healthy and be in good shape doing other diets for sure, absolutely. But what I'm saying, and the reason why I have the fitness platform that I do, and why I'm saying the things I am, is because this is, in my opinion, the best way for humans to function, the human body to function.
Right. No, I haven't. I've never like fasted that long or anything before, so I can't see. I can't really give an input on how good it may be. But
Mm-hmm.
from hearing what you are saying, it sounds pretty solid. But for you, it's basically for you, right? It's not only about fitness, but more religious, basically religion as well. So it's like a mixture of both fitness and religion for you.
Oh yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. But even for those who are not religious, I would still recommend fasting, because you're in such a tuned in to your body
Hmm.
wavelength when you're fasting, because your body is focused on healing when you're
Right.
fasted, as opposed to when you're eating a bunch of food, your body is focused on breaking down that food. So when you're
Okay.
fasted, your body can focus on breaking down fat. It can focus on breaking down toxins and excreting those toxins. It can focus on keeping you, like, for example, when I am like right after a big meal, I feel like lethargic. I feel like I'm ready for a nap, like after
Yeah.
Thanksgiving. But when I'm fasted, I feel super dialed in. I feel like I'm ready to work. I'm ready to work hard, and my workouts are better when I'm fasted too.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So minimum, what would you say, in your opinion, is the minimum amount of time to actually fast?
Minimum, I
Yeah,
would say,
minimum.
the minimum to actually be able to say that you're in a fast is 16 hours.
16 hours. Okay.
Yeah, and that's including the time that you're asleep.
Yeah, for sure, 100%. So but during fast, all you have is just water, right?
Yeah, all I'll have
Or
is
do you?
water. But like I said,
Because
sometimes
yeah,
I will do dry fasts too, where I don't drink water.
no, yeah, because because I know some persons they don't include water in their fasting as well.
Yeah. So I
Yeah.
am a big fan of doing wet fasts. I will drink water on my fast a vast majority of the time, but there are times when I'll do dry fasts. And if you're
Yeah.
going to do a dry fast, you shouldn't do it for any less than like 17, 18 hours. Like I said, about a year ago, I did a 72-hour dry fast, and that was amazing. Like, it genuinely had like autophagal effects. Is that the word I'm trying to use? Where you have like anti-aging effects. Like,
Oh, okay.
skin was glowing, my skin felt tightened. Um, and the great thing about doing those longer dry fasts is there's water in your fat, right?
Yeah.
So your body needs water to survive. It's got like, what is your body, like 72% water or something like that?
Okay. Yeah.
So,
I think so.
so what your body will do is it'll pull the water from the fat stores, since you're not drinking any water. So it puts your body in a state of accelerated fat loss when you're
Okay.
doing dry
Yeah.
fat.
Yeah. So then you become you actually start looking leaner basically because your body will eventually use up all the water and you have a more lean, dry look.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you know that you're not dehydrated because you continue to urinate. Like, for example, when I did my 3-day dry fast, I was still urinating like 2 or 3 times a day.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't be able to do that if you were dehydrated, right? You wouldn't
Correct. Yeah.
be able to excrete water if you were dehydrated, which is hilarious, because if you Google how long the human being can survive without water, it'll tell you 3 days, which is totally
Yeah.
bullshit because I did that and I'm
You're
obviously
fine.
still here. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And like I have a lot of people that I know in the fitness communities that are big into fasting that'll do like 5, 6, 7 day dry fasts, like
Yeah.
2 or 3 times a year. And, you know, they're extremely healthy. Like they're the best of us. So it's just crazy because the science just isn't there right now. But these are things that people are learning about now that
Yeah.
it's going to change the entire fitness community.
For sure. For sure. I think I'll actually try that. You'll give it a try, see how it goes. Because I honestly, me personally, I don't fast at all. I usually have like 5 6 meals per day.
Mm-hmm.
So I never really tried fasting, but I'd probably give it a go and see how it goes.
Yeah, man, I recommend starting small. Start off with some wet fast, do like some 16 hours, and then I know you said you like to eat more meals in the day, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So then I recommend just having some bigger meals, man. And it's awesome to be able to push your meals later into the day, and then
Yeah.
you can eat bigger meals so you feel nice and satiated after eating, and it's like, oh, I'm so
Yeah.
full. Such a
But
great feeling.
but do
And
you
then you're
still
still losing
yeah,
you're
right?
still losing body fat.
But do you focus on like do you do healthy meals, or is it that it doesn't matter? Like you have anything you want and your body still burns.
Oh, I mean, of course, it still matters within reason. Like, you can't go and eat a box of donuts every single day,
Yeah, for sure.
and think that because you're fasting that you're gonna be just fine. Like, no, you'll make yourself a mess. You know,
Yeah.
nutritionally, you'll be an absolute wreck. It'll be a disaster. But you know, that being said, I can definitely afford to eat more junk foods than the average person that is as in shape as me, because of the caloric deficit that I'm so easily in every day. But like I said, I'd love to meal prep. So I do eat a vast majority of my meals are healthier meals.
Yeah.
Um, I eat meat and potatoes just about every day for at least one meal a day. So yeah, I'll still go out and have drinks with my friends on the weekends or have pizza
Yeah.
on the weekends or whatever. Or if I want to have like ice cream or donuts within reason, I can do that and still lose fat and gain muscle essentially whenever I want to.
Yeah, correct. Like I always tell people it's all about calories in versus calories out, right? So you can still live the life that you want, and like you don't need to be 24/7 strict with a diet or whatnot. You can still incorporate like fast food sometimes. I mean, not every day, obviously, but you can incorporate it into your calories. You can
Right.
have drinks. You can still hang out, and still be healthy at the same time, because it's mentally frustrating to just be focused on being strict with that 24/7, working out. Like you still there are other things to life as well. So it's not just about being a consistent diet. Like you could, like I usually tell clients, I tell them that okay, you can lose weight while still enjoying the lifestyle you like, or
Mhm.
even build muscle, whatever the case may be, because it's all about having a proper balance. Having the education to know how to incorporate certain stuff like into your meals, well for the calories for the day basically.
Mhm.
So it's just about making the right choices basically. So
Yeah. So speaking of your clients, when you have a new client that comes to you that is a beginner, they're just getting started, they really don't know what they're doing in the gym, they might
yeah,
not be in really good shape. What are some things that you tell them? Kind of walk me through how you get them started and how you get them to being in essentially to being the best version of themselves physically.
okay, so are we so let's be a little more specific. Are we talking about like someone that wants to lose weight or gain muscle or just be healthy all around?
Oh yeah, someone that just wants to be healthy all around.
Okay.
And I'm trying to paint the picture of someone who has like really no experience, really doesn't know what they're doing,
Yeah.
but just wants to get healthier. They want to build muscle. They want to lose fat.
Yeah. Okay. So usually what I tell new clients is basically, so first thing, don't ever ever complicate it. Don't make it more complicated than it needs to be, right? Firstly, I'd say try working out 4 days a week. Start off with 4 days a week or 3 days. Focus on doing more total body movements, using more machines than free weights, right?
Mm-hmm.
Just basically because it's this is new to you, so you can't just jump in and go hard. Because I see this all the time at the gym. Like newcomers just start and they want to go hard from the first day, and then you don't see them for at least a week because they're so sore and they can't function properly.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, so first thing I'd say, don't overcomplicate it. Secondly, I'll tell them to incorporate some sort of cardio, whether it's 20 minutes on the treadmill or something like that, plus resistance training. And like I said, for the first maybe 2 weeks, let's work on sticking to more machines rather than free weights. We can form, understanding, like mind muscle connection, all these certain things, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, because I mean, you don't want to just go and start lifting weights and you get injured or you get sore and you just become discouraged from like working out.
Of
So
course.
yeah, because I see it happen all the time, bro, all the time. So yeah, so also I usually advise them on like like diets and stuff. So I would like give them advice on like what foods they should eat, what they shouldn't eat, depending on what their goal is, basically. Um,
Right.
yeah, basically just just those basic stuff.
Cool. Now, let's say you get a client that comes to you and they're someone that's more like us,
Yeah.
someone that has a lot of experience exercising, someone that is already in good shape, already has a decent meal plan going. How do you set it up for them to be successful and to see more gains?
Okay, so first we evaluate. So we'd actually talk about, okay, what are you currently doing? What's your diet like? What the type of workout, right? We evaluate and figure out like where you're at, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, then from there, depending on like the client's metabolism, depending on whether that it's fast or slower, we decide like, okay, how we're going to structure your diet, whether you're bulking or you're cutting, doesn't matter, right? We
Mm-hmm.
try to establish like what your metabolism is like, right? So from there, then we go more in detail with the diet, and we structure your diet where it's more specific to what goals you need. And um, when it comes to like training as well, um, I actually look at the like to see what are your lacking body parts, where do you need to work on more than other parts,
Mm-hmm.
And then we basically structure everything from there to know, okay, how many times a week do we need to work a certain body part? Where do we need to focus on more? Just to have like a proper symmetrical structure, basically. Um, so there are many different factors that I would use um, to really find out where you're at and where we need to be and how do we go from point A to point B. So it all depends on the client and what they are looking for, basically.
Great. Yeah. Dude, awesome advice today. I've really enjoyed talking to you. If people have any questions you want to write, go ahead and write them in the chat and we'll be sure to answer them. In the meantime, we've been going here for about an hour now.
Oh,
Do you
yeah.
have anything that you want to promote or for people to know? Because like I said, I'll post this to my Instagram and YouTube for people to watch later.
Yeah. Basically just check on my page for some more fitness advice. Any questions, they like feel free to message me. Check me out, Darius Munan on Instagram. I try to I respond as soon as I could. Any questions you guys have, and that's really it, to be honest.
Awesome. Yeah. And on my end, those of you that are on Darius's channel, that are now watching me, I'm Fitness Fast. My name is Chris Menser. If you haven't done so already, follow my Instagram account and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Link is in my bio. I'm going to be releasing a book that I wrote on fitness and making it easy for everyone. I'm going to be releasing that on Amazon soon, sometime within the next couple months. So keep an eye out on that. Yeah, and otherwise I'm going to keep making content. Darius, we will have to do this again sometime.
Yeah, for sure, bro.
It's been a treat talking to you, bro. And because I know that we had some other things that we wanted to talk about today that we just didn't really have time
Yeah, for sure.
to discuss. So I'm sure that we could get way deeper on this. It doesn't look like we got any extra questions in the chat. Did you see any that you wanted to answer?
No, I didn't see any, no.
Okay, sounds good. Anything else before we log off here?
No, bro, that's about it. It was super fun doing this, talking to you, hearing your opinions on certain things. I definitely learned some stuff from you.
Same, likewise.
So I want to actually try those breathing exercises and also the fasting. So I'm gonna give it a go, see how it goes. Yeah, that's about it. But I look forward to doing this again. And I think we definitely have more stuff that we can discuss.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think we're far from finished, to be honest.
No, we're always far from finished, Darius. Fitness never ends. All right.
For sure.
Good night, brother.
All right, bro. Take care.
Good night, everyone.